Hey, this is Cheyenne Good Fortune, and I want to talk about casting spells. I'm against doing that, casting spells for my clients. So some people go to readers and they want them to cast a spell on someone. A lot of times it's usually a love spell. And I'm against this kind of behavior. Okay, for one, I will ask you this question. If you want to cast a spell on someone, why do you want this person to do something that they don't want to do? Would you like for someone to try to force you to do something you don't want to do? So you're basically trying to force their will. It's against their free will. And you're saying you don't care about what they want. You want what you want, and so you want to force them to do it. So ask yourself that one question. The second question, ask yourself, think about a man or female that you are not attracted to at all. The thought of them touching you makes you want to vomit. Their personality sucks. You just don't like them at all. Think about if that person wanted you and they went to a reader and that reader put a spell on you to make you want them. Now you're all over them and basically forcing your will. You don't want this person, but they force you to want them. Now, how would that make you feel? Let that marinate. See, we need to treat others the way we want to be treated. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a reader on YouTube. It's a female. I think her name is Three Hoodoo Sisters or something. I don't know. But she has a lot of clients, and she mentioned she got permission from her client to talk about a situation on YouTube. Now, I do not talk about my client's situation on YouTube. For me, that's a violation. I take what I do seriously. I'm a confidant. And so, yeah, I have never done and will never do that. But however, she claimed that she got permission to do this. So she told YouTube all this client's business about her child's father. Allegedly, she got permission. Like I said, I'm against that. That's whatever. So basically, long story short, her client was having problems with her child's father. He wasn't acting right. Well, actually, I think he was okay at first. And she went to her and she says, look, the baby was a blessing, but he is not a blessing. He's going to bring you heartache and pain. So it's not going to work out with him. She did not want to hear that. So she went to find a reader who, I guess, believed in love or something, did spells. And so they did a spell on him. It gave her hope. So basically she went to this other reader. The other reader said, okay, he's not acting right. Let me put a love spell on him. And she was like, cool. And she moved this guy into her house, her child's father. And he stopped paying bills. He started cheating. You know how this goes, how the story ends. And what the lady on YouTube was saying was that she tells her clients the truth, and what they do is they get upset, and then they go to a reader who gives them a fairy tale. And I experienced the same thing. I have clients where I've told them the truth about things, and then I'm pretty sure, go to another reader who would tell them maybe, so for example, if someone comes to me and they say, is this a good person? I'm like, no, they're not. They're not a good person. Then they may get upset and then go to another reader who told them, this is a great person. Let me tell you the danger in that. The danger in that is that if that person really is a bad person, they could do something to you. I mean, a broken heart ain't a joke. Being physically attacked ain't a joke. I remember years ago, before I started doing readings, like a long time ago, I had met a guy, I went to a reading, she told me, he's violent. He's violent. He's going to start putting hands on you. Okay, so now had I not listened, I could have got my face rearranged. You see what I'm saying? As a professional, I owe it to my clients to tell them the truth, because you could be in true danger. Now, I know someone, I'm not going to get into too many details in this video. I know someone who was murdered. Body chopped up and dismembered and dismembered. I mean, they found her foot in one city, and I think she was murdered in one city, and then the person chopped her up and scattered her remains. Okay, they have only found her foot. They're not going to probably find her other remains. The person they think that did it, I've known him for 10 years. I'm not saying he did it. I'm saying that people think he did it because he's a jerk. He's a bad person. And I've known him for 10 years. And after she came up dead, he was threatening me and stuff about other stuff. So put it to you this way. I take what I do seriously, and I know there are some dangerous people out here. So if I give someone a read and I say this man and this woman, this person you lay down next to is the devil or deceptive, listen to what I'm saying to you. You understand? And if you don't want to listen, if you go to another reader and they can put a spell on them, okay, but first of all, with spells, I don't know if they work or not. Number one. Number two, even if it does work, basically it can be broken. I'm pretty sure if you do a spell, you have to keep doing it. I mean, I'm assuming. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm not into the spell type stuff, okay? But I know it's not good. I know it's not. There's no way it could be good. Because you're going against somebody's free will. And you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. Now, I understand when I give a reading, any reader, tarot reader, medium, when we give readings, right? And we tell someone the person that they love very much is a lowlife, a cheater, a user, blah, blah, it goes on and on. And I try to be very compassionate when I'm telling the person about this, about their significant other or their friend or their family member. Who wants to hear that somebody they love, regardless of whether it's a romantic partner, friend, or family member, or whatever, is out to get them, it doesn't care about them or got bad intentions? Nobody wants to hear that. But you got to understand where you at. See, Spirit told me this realm is filled with deceit. That's why I have this card here. This is a very deceptive realm filled with manipulation. Spirit told me there's other realms that are worse than this one, and I surely wouldn't want to go. But they said this realm is definitely a deceitful, deceptive realm. And this is why you keep running to these kind of people. Because they're all around us. Literally, I had met someone in my job recently that, was flirting with me. And I kind of thought I liked him. I come home, I ask Spirit, let me see, give me the bad news. What do they tell me? He only wants to have sex with you. He doesn't want a girlfriend right now because his money isn't, he's not bringing enough money, and he's just looking for sex, and that he's deceitful. And I asked Spirit, I said, Spirit, why do I keep attracting these kind of people in my life? I'm so tired. And Spirit said to me, because the world is filled with them. The world is full of these deceitful ass people. The world's full of them. You got to remember where you at. So if you can remember that this is not a good place, this is not to be all gloom and doom. I'm just telling you, you got to see it for what it is. This is not a good place. Now, this is a good place for you to find self-love, because you're going to be forced to in this world. Because if you rely on anybody outside of yourself for love, you're screwed. So this is a good round to practice self-love, because you're going to have to stand up for yourself so much. You're going to have to go against bullies. You're going to have to go against people who overstep your boundaries, who don't care about you. And you're going to be forced to find self-love here. Trust me. So this realm is only good for that, I believe. Anything outside of that, this place ain't good. But if you want to find self-love, you're going to be forced to here. Because there's going to be times where you're going to not want to be alone, but you with somebody treating you so bad that your self-respect and your self-love is going to kick in and say, I'm not going to accept it. I'd rather be alone and allow you to treat me like this. So you got to remember where you at. So because, I'm going someplace with this, because you're in a messed up world, you're going to run into messed up people. So what we try to do, because when you give a reading, for me, when I give a reading, I have to tell somebody, this person isn't good for you, this and that. They don't want to hear that. They either disregard what I'm telling them, or they go to another reader to make it better, or they go have somebody put a spell on this person. I'm against that. You putting a spell on them, what is that going to do? What happens when the spell breaks? You got to keep putting a spell on them? And then how can you sleep at night knowing you forced somebody to do something they didn't want to do? You wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. Now, before people think I'm trying to judge them, have I had bad thoughts of putting a spell on somebody? Yes, I have. One time in my life, and this was a couple years ago, I was working a job. I had met this guy. He actually was the COO, I think the chief operating officer of the company. He was the co-founder of the company. He started flirting with me. This man's very handsome, extremely charismatic. He used to be a car salesman. He could talk anybody out of their panties, basically. Extremely charismatic, handsome. He's almost 20 years older than me, so mature. When he started flirting with me, I was, he was just he was aggressive. And I thought, okay, I hit the jackpot. He's successful. He makes well into the six figures. I'm assuming, you know, he handsome, he had a nice body. I mean, I feel he's charismatic. I'm like, what? He's checking off everything on my list, right? I find out some stuff happened. I find out that he's married, been married for 20 years with 2 kids. Literally, I was heartbroken. I ended up quitting. I'm like, I can't believe this. And then word around the street is he's currently sleeping with one of his interns. Basically, I find out this man is a whore that has had multiple affairs on his wife. He's a narcissist, a lowlife, a scumbag. He's this card right here. A master manipulator. The spirit told me he has mastered the art of seduction. He can seduce any woman, baby. Some women look at him as creepy, but he didn't come off creepy to me. He just came off super charismatic and alluring. Spirit even told me I was in denial. He never talked to me about his personal life. I was in denial. And you know, I started having bad thoughts. I said, you know, I should put a spell on him. Even though I don't do spells, I should put a spell on him and make him obsessed with me because I want to get revenge on him. It crossed my mind, but I would never do that. But I understand, because I'm not trying to judge anybody here, but I understand that those thoughts can enter your head when you really want somebody and they are not acting right. They betray you, and they're taken. They're not for you, unavailable. Oh, mind you, I want to say real quickly, this individual wasn't wearing his wedding ring. I did not know he was married. He ended up telling me he was married in a very disrespectful way. After he was coming on, it's a long story, but I didn't know he was married, and he don't be wearing his wedding ring. This dude is a piece of work. All right. So I started having bad thoughts, and I wanted to get revenge on this dude. So of course I didn't go through it because I'm that kind of person, but I understand having those kind of thoughts. Okay. When somebody hurts you and they're out here hurting other people and they're being manipulative because they want to just have sex with all these people and they want their cake and eat. I get it. But in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't serve you. You wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. They're going to get what's coming to them. Okay? But it doesn't serve you. It's going to come back on you. I promise you that. You got to remember where you at. This is not a good place. Okay? Y'all, now, we could make this world a better place. But unfortunately, a lot of people are not on board with that. So I don't think you know where you have incarnated or what you have incarnated into. This is a very deceptive, spirit told me, a very deceptive realm. This is not a good damn place. This place is, I mean, the stuff that goes on here is unimaginable. So when you get a reading, first of all, to expect every time you get a reading, you're going to hear something good all the time. I don't know what to tell you, because that's not even realistic. I owe it to okay, put it like this. If a person gets a reading from me and they ask especially about a romantic partner or even a friend, I tell them, oh, the spirit tells me this person's deceptive. And I get the devil card. The 2 worstest cards you can get is this card right here, deceptive. Well, actually 3. This card, the deceit card, the devil card, and I think the 5 of swords. But I have to they don't even need the cards no more, but I'm just saying, give you a visual. If you get those cards in a reading and you ask me about somebody, remove yourself from that. But that person got it out for you. Okay. They're not a good person. But let's just say that I do a reading for somebody and this comes up. This person is deceitful and they're the devil, right? And I lie to you. And I say, oh, well, they're a good person. Just hang in there. Oh, they love you. And then this person end up harming you. You come up dead somewhere. Or stealing all your money, or molesting your child. Yeah, I'm gonna get graphic, because I need you people to listen to what I'm saying. When someone tells you what a person is, like you basically, how can I say, you being in denial and you choosing to disregard it is not gonna make that person act right. I'm gonna repeat this again. If you get a reading and they tell you, whether it's me or anybody else tells you, this person's no good, they're a player, they're a womanizer, they're a user, they just want sex, or they sleeping with other people, whatever they tell you about this person, or they got bad intentions towards you, or they gonna start beating you up, whatever they tell you, you can't trust your kids around them, whatever they tell you, if you choose to disregard this, okay, it does not mean that person is not gonna do that stuff. Repeat that again. Just because you choose to ignore it don't mean it's not true. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, this person is not showing me that, I don't see things are going good between us. That's the key, you guys. That's what makes it so cruel. But deceitful people like this card, that's what they do. They act nice to you. They act loving, caring. They love bomb you, but their intentions are bad. That's what deceit is. Deceit presents itself like it's sweet, but it's actually sour. That's what makes it so cruel. Like if a person, okay, put like this, if I came up to you and said, I want to marry you for your money and then divorce you and take all your money. So that's my intentions. Would you marry me? No, right? If a man came up to a woman and said, or to a man, whoever, he came up to you and said, what, I just want to have sex with you for like 2 times and then never call you again. All right, would that be okay? You probably gonna say no. So what would he do instead? He said, oh yeah, I want a relationship, and he'll take you on a couple of dates and act like he really want to be with you, but really he just want to have sex and never call you again. But he knows if he says that, you won't give him what he wants. So this is what this is about. So people want something from you that you don't want to give them. So then they think about, okay, how can I get this from this person? People basically are selfish. A lot of people are. So they say, I want this from this person. So how can I get it from them without any resistance? Oh, I'm going to manipulate them. I'm going to act like I'm a good guy. I'm going to act like I'm a good woman. And then boom, I get what I want. It's evil. It's cruel. So I owe it to my customers to tell them the truth. I'm not going to lie. Because once again, I know someone who was harmed. All right. And I would hate for that to happen to anybody else, or anybody else's loved one. So what I'm saying is, if I do a reading and this reading's telling me this person is bad news, I'm going to tell you they bad news. And you can go to another reader and have them put a spell on this person and do all this and that. Go right ahead. But I don't believe in spells because number one, if they do work, you have to keep doing them. And number two, it's going to be repercussions for that because you're going against their free will. And then number three, let me ask you a question. If somebody don't want to act right towards you, somebody don't love you, ask yourself, do you really love yourself? Because if you really loved yourself, why are you trying to force somebody to be with you? Think about that for a second. If this person, maybe they used to treat you well and they changed, okay? Because that happens. They changed. Or let's just say they was manipulating you the whole time. When you finally find out this person is trash, or when they start treating you differently and you're no longer happy with them, ask yourself why. If you really love yourself, would you want somebody to be with you that don't want to be with you? They don't really care about you. Is that practicing self-love? What is that called? That you're going to try to force somebody who's shown you their level of disrespect for you, force them to be with you. Because a lot of these spells are love spells. And I notice it's a lot of women that like to do these love spells. They want love spells to force somebody to act right. If they don't want to act right, let them go. But it comes back to you though, to self. Why? And it goes for me, anybody else. Even when I had that bad thought about that dude. Because see, to me, he was the total package. Older, had money, 6 figures, handsome, nice body. In my mind, he was a total package. But that man is toxic and a low-life piece of trash. But why would that even enter my mind to try to possibly throw a spell on him? Because that's something, for that to enter my mind, obviously I'm dealing with some self-love issues. Because why would you even think something like that and want somebody to be obsessed with you so you can get revenge on them and all that? Move on. You must feel you can't find nobody else or something. Because why would that even enter your head? So understand that I have an obligation to my clients to tell them the truth, because once again, you might be dealing with a true devil and you may come up missing one day, or they may touch your child, or they may steal your money, or they may leave you at your time, or you may get sick and with cancer, and that's when they leave you high and dry. And then you're going to say, well, Shine's unfortunate and tell me I did a reading with her and she didn't tell me that this man or this woman was trash. Oh, I did tell you. You didn't want to listen. So like the other reader said, when you tell some client, not all, some clients the truth, they don't want to hear, they go to another reader. And then they go to a reader who they want to put a spell on somebody. Yeah, I don't even think some of these spells even work. And even if they do, like I said, you probably have to keep doing it. It'll wear off. Who wants to do that? I mean, This person don't want to be that person for you, or this person don't want to do this. So why do you want to force them? You really got to look at yourself and ask yourself, why do I want to force somebody to do something they don't want to do? Now, sometimes people want protection spells. I don't know nothing about doing a protection spell. All I know, my vantage point is, you are in the physical realm. So if somebody want to kick down your door with a gun and attack you, the only thing you can do is call the police and have protection to protect yourself. Now, as a reader, if I see you're in danger, I'm going to tell you, protect yourself from this person. You have to call the police, get you some physical protection. But it's only so much I feel the spiritual realm can do. They're in spirit. You got to remember where you at and where you're incarnated. This is the physical realm. Once again, if somebody wants to harm you, you're in a physical body, they're in a physical body. They can come find you and try to harm you. The spirits, I don't know just how much they can do about that. They're not physically here, guys. I think sometimes we expect a little bit too much from spirit. We're not helpless, okay? A lot of times we got to help ourselves, right? Okay, for example, you know that it's some crazy people out here that break into your house that are violent. Okay, you need to have protection in your house. Put locks on. You get what I'm saying? This is things you have to do. You're in the physical realm. For example, having security with your passwords and stuff like that. People can tap into your email, your bank account. But it's nothing they can do. They can do certain stuff and maneuver certain things, definitely. But it's things that we have to do on our side because we're still the ones down here in this physical realm. Now, I don't know how much they can do with like a protection spell. If you try to do a protection spell, that seems a little bit more positive to me. But I still don't know how much you can do with a protection spell either. Because once again, if I tell you this person got it out for you, stay away from that person. You know what I mean? A person saying, well, I want to put a protection spell on them instead. I don't really know how much it could work. I'm not, I don't know, but it's one of those things where you're down here in the physical realm with this person. So the best thing is to stay away from this person. And so what I'm trying to say is, if I see that somebody got bad intentions towards you, it's my obligation to tell you, because you might end up in a really bad situation. And then you're going to come back and say, why you didn't warn me? But what people normally do when I tell them, okay, this is a bad idea, depending on what I'm telling them, like, for example, if I'm telling them something about a person, especially a romantic partner, they don't really want to hear that. Like that this person not good, they don't really want to hear that. So they would disregard it, or they'll go to another reader that's going to tell them, oh, this is a great person. And then when this person cheat on them, or when this person dog them out, then they like, oh, she was telling the truth. Oh, so you thought I was just saying it to be mean-spirited? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm of the light. I'm high vibrational. I want everybody to find love. I want everybody to find happiness, but happiness comes from within. Love comes from within first. My intentions are only good. Do people think it makes me feel good telling them that this person isn't good for them, or they met a friend? Like I was doing a video the other day about a coworker. Do you think it makes me feel good telling somebody got it out for them, trying to get them fired from a job? Or I don't want to tell you this, but I have to. So when they attack, you're ready for them. So you won't be shocked about what's about to happen, or you can count on what they're gonna do. Spirit can only do so much. You're down here in the physical realm with these demons, okay? And when I mean demons, I mean just with low vibrational people. Y'all going toe to toe, baby. They can only do so much. So I understand where that reader is coming from, and I want to piggyback real quick. She was saying, back to what I was saying in the beginning, that the lady went to another reader who did a spell. The spell basically, guys, didn't work. I mean, he acted okay for a while, but his heart wasn't in it. He acted okay for a while. He went back to being ratchet. And so that said woman, the client, went back to the original reader who told her the truth from the beginning, said, look, the baby's a gift, but he's not a good person. She wanted her family, she wanted to be with the father of her child. And I understand that. But y'all gotta remember where you at. This world is filled with deceitful people. So when you get a reading, it's not gonna always be berries and sunshine. It just is what it is, because you're dealing with human beings, and a lot of human beings are messed up. I'm sorry, from what I've seen, most people I meet got some issues. So last thing I want to say is, just because someone give you a reading and you don't want to hear the truth, don't mean it's not doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. So if I tell you this person's a bad person, they may end up cheating or something, and you disregard the reading, that don't mean they're not gonna cheat. So I'm just letting you know that. Just because you just disregard the reading don't mean that that's not gonna happen. And people might say, I'm talking about my clients. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I'm talking about myself. I remember years ago, before I started doing readings on myself, I went to a reader about a guy. They told me he wasn't no good. He was a player. And I'm like, what? No, first she told me that he wasn't no good. I shouldn't be his friend. He this and that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Hung out with him that night. He flirted with another woman in front of me, got loud with me, acted a damn fool, and then tried to get me to come home, go to his house like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, well, we hadn't been intimate yet. And I'm like, why you want me to come to your house? And he was trying to get me to have sex with him, but I was trying to explain to him we only known each other for like 2 months. And it just went on and on. But she had warned me. But I disregarded the reading and got my little feelings hurt. Because I didn't want to hear it, because he was tall and he was sexy, and we was all over each other. And I said, he's gonna be my boyfriend. I wanted him. That dude was a low life. He was just looking to get. I found he was a narcissist. She told me that the kind of person he was, and I still hung out with him that night, and he flirted with another woman in front of me, acted a damn fool. We got into it. I was warned. But I didn't want to listen. So by me saying this, I don't want anybody to think I'm singling somebody out. I'm saying that this is stuff I've been through myself. Like sometimes you disregard what someone's saying because you don't want to hear it. But I can't do that with my clients. I have to tell you, I'm not going to get deceitful cards for you in regards to this person, or the devil card in regards to this person, and don't tell you, then you come up missing. Or you come home and this person's in the bed with somebody else in your bedroom having sex, or they didn't took money out your bank account, or they didn't touch your kid, or they didn't stole your damn car and all that. Like, I'm not about to do that. Or they didn't try to plot and put insurance money on you and do all that. Like, it's some evil people out here. Why would I not tell you this? Just because you don't want to hear it? Do you care about your safety or not? Do you want to know the truth or no? Yes, the truth hurts. But if you know this person's no good and you can start the healing process, you can move on and find a good person. The longer you hold on to a low life, the longer it's going to take for you to heal. Put it like that. So the longer you hold on, the longer it's going to take for you to move on. The longer you hold on, the longer it's going to take for you to move on. It's going to be even harder. The quicker you can get out of it and away from this person, the quicker you can find somebody else, and screw finding somebody else, you can find yourself. Because you got to ask yourself, why did you stay with somebody? And I'm talking about myself. Like, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but I know millions of people deal with this. So it's just a general statement and stuff I even been through. Why did you even stay with this person when they weren't treating you right? When they were showing you signs that something wasn't right? When they was acting hot and cold? Or when you blatantly caught them doing something messed up? Because you don't want to be alone? You got to ask yourself these questions. And ask yourself, if you get a reading and someone tells you this is not a good person, and you have seen some stuff from this person that can kind of verify that, ask yourself, why do you choose to ignore the reading and keep continuing with this person? Ask yourself these questions, okay? And then go to another reader, right? And have them put a spell on this person and go against this person's free will. It's going to come back on you. You need to accept this person is not a good person. Right? You need to accept that. It's going to be hard, and then accept we're in a messed up realm filled with these people. Filled with them. I promise you that. I'm not the only one that keep running to these kind of people, because Spirit told me the world is filled with them, overflowing with them. So you're going to run into these kind of people, deceitful, narcissists, all types, psychopaths, they filled with them. I don't know the percentage of them, but they are, and a manipulator don't even have to be a psychopath or narcissist. Some people just manipulative. You understand? So I'm against doing spells. I'm not going to do them. And understand, just like that lady said, just because you go from one reader to another one, the other one do a spell, that spell to whoever did that spell on that one dude, it didn't even work on him. He did what the hell he wanted to do. Ask yourself why you want to go against somebody else's free will. Would you want it done to you? Think about it.